Hello everyone, welcome to Lever Guns 50. Today we have this Henry X, and this is in 4570. We're going to be launching some of these 4570s. Now, any of you that watch the channel know that we have some lever actions and a whole lot more powerful cartridge than the 4570, like 5110 and 4590. But this is the most powerful cartridge that a Henry comes in, so we're going to be shooting this in the mighty 4570. Now, this gun was sent to us by Henry, so this is not one that I paid for, so I'm still gonna give it a fair review. I'm still gonna tell you if it has any flaws that I feel of. First of all, when I levered it, I noticed it has a really long lever stroke. It's very smooth for a brand new gun, but it's long. It's 8.5 inches from here to here, so that means it's going a total of 17 inches every time you lever it. So that's going to slow you down a little bit compared to some of the, most of the other guns I have is between 6.5 to 7.25. So that's going to slow you down a little bit, maybe from shot to shot, but overall you're probably not going to be able to tell. So let's get set up and do some shooting and see how well this bad boy runs. I think I told you it had a 4-pound trigger pull straight out of the box, which is really good. It's very crisp. I like these fiber optic sights on it. This right here, I have noticed that when you shoot some really high recoiling cartridges, that really digs into your hand good. Okay, this was the first shot at 50 yards. It hit way up there. We was able to bring it over and get it on target, but you have to aim down here to get it to hit up there. That's with the sight all the way down. So these are hotter loads than like the cheaper Remington factory loads and Winchester factory load 300 grain. So they're going quite a bit faster, so that may be the reason. We'll shoot some slower bullets and see if they won't hit more to the point of aim. But this is with the sight all the way down. It's hitting about 8 inches high. First of all, we have some really hot loads loaded up, and now these are Marlin lever action loads. These are not over the pressure level of a Marlin, and so it should be plenty safe in here. You look it up under Hodgdon's website, it was well within the safe margins for the Marlin. So we're going to shoot it into these water jugs. This is a 300 grain Remington hollow point bullet. It's supposed to be going about 2,280 feet a second. We're going to shoot it across the chronograph and see exactly how fast it's going out of this somewhat shorter barrel. I was in 3.30 of 3 seconds, 0.30. Okay, this beeper going off is going to be when we hear a limb crack behind us and we turn to see a grizzly bear there fixing to charge us and eat our lunch. Or eat us for lunch. Okay, here goes. Okay, here goes. That was in less than a second. Let's shoot it into those water bottles and see what it does. Okay, I gotta remember this is hitting high. Well, looks like it might have come out the side or something. Let's check it out and see what it did. Well, there's a piece of a bullet in here. Pieces of lead right here. Piece of lead right there. Piece of a jacket right here. So we got 1, 2, 3 jugs right there completely destroyed. And this one here doesn't even look wounded. So I'm not sure what that bullet did, but it looks like it dented right here and may have just barely come out. So we'll look around and see if we can find it right quick. There's all that's left of that bullet. That's basically the base. We found it after watching the slow-mo. This gun has a really nice trigger pull on it. It's only 4 pounds. The highest we ever got it up to is 4.5 pounds. So let's shoot across the chronograph, see what kind of velocities we get. So let's check it out and see what it did. 2,157 feet a second. Ready, get set. Well, let's see what our split time was. The split time was almost 1 second. That's kind of slow. Looked like we got on there pretty quick. Oh, I had a jam. Well, Henry, really appreciate you sending this rifle over to us. This has really been fun. I will say that this right here can really eat into your hand when you're shooting those really hot loads, but with these milder loads, it's not so bad. And overall, I feel like it's a really good gun, but we're just getting started on testing this thing out. We're gonna get some extra stuff for it from Range Point Precision, and we're gonna deck this thing all out, test it as much as we can, and just run it hard and see how well it runs. With the 8.5 inch lever throw, you're gonna be running a lot more inches of levering than you would on something a little bit shorter. So I would recommend, Henry, to try to reduce this lever throw some, because if a 71 Winchester, which shoots a longer cartridge, is only 6.5 and this is 8.5, that's a lot more inches you got to run to kick out the same number of shells. I like the fact that this Henry doesn't have a lot of stuff written all over the barrel. It just says made in the USA, Henry Arms, Rice Lake, made in the USA, and on this side it says Cal 4570 Government. So I like the fact that it doesn't have a lot of stuff written on the barrel, and I really had a lot of fun shooting it. I did notice, because it has a longer stroke than any of my other lever actions, I did have a couple of fails to, well, it kind of just jammed up a little bit, and I just had to go ahead and stroke it a little bit further. Might have had one jam that sort of was not my fault. Other than that, the gun worked perfectly. We fired 50 rounds through it. It really operated smooth. It was able to get on target really quick. It seems to really throw up to the shoulder and shoot good. The end of the barrel does, for me, if I'm looking down at it, it's a little bit high from where I would like to aim, but it's able to get on target pretty quick. As you've seen, we was able to throw it up and get it on target and shoot it like a regular lever action, and it is a fun gun to shoot. And I really appreciate Henry sending it out to me so we could have a whole lot of fun with it. God bless each and every one of you. Come back and see me, you hear?